Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to that exciting and riveting and amazing Propagandacast with me, your host Imperial Dane, the one, the only master propaganda heroes like defender of the fatherland, off here to a 1v1 on Bocage. In the north, it is Clororaa fighting for the British Army, the Empire, taking on the role here of the 11th Armoured Division, tasked with breaking through the German lines and putting a stop to Hitler's nonsense. Here with Lend-Lease assault special weapons and Royal Engineers in the south, it is Phoniex, fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland. Here with the 21st Panzer Division, tasked with pushing the English back into the English Channel and preferably, keep them in the sea. Here with Spearhead, featuring 250-10 mortar tanks, Panzer Tactician, Recon flight fragmentation bombs, and the Tiger tank versus Lend-Lease assault special weapons and Royal Engineers. I have no mention that. Grenadiers MD42 versus Triple Section. A big hearty thanks to my Patreon supporters. Without them and their continued support, the Propagandacaster would not be possible. So big thanks goes out to every single one of those wonderful people. Others can join the ranks by Patreon as well. Will make me very happy. Or you can donate by PayPal. Also makes me happy, of course. And of course, Basil the Kitty Cat. Links in the description. And find just comment, like, share, subscribe. Talk about something, the video, whatever. And find it's just, I think, roughly sort of it. They can sort of like indirectly or directly assist the Propagandacast. So, off in the west here with Grenadiers MD42. A bit pushy by Phoniex, clearly looking for a disruptor opening, which is definitely a bit rare to see from the Wehrmacht against the British, but on a map like this it can work out because the British are going to be extended still. Interesting opening here, like again, normally the southern player will focus on the eastern field point, but now he's going for the western one, so very, very interesting capping order here by Phoniex, but I think part of it is, again, it's going to rely on his opponent not seeing it coming from like several kilometers ahead. Fourth section for Clororaa and the British Empire, just more infantry sections. But while there, but the Samex, but there you go, got the section wing machine coming the flank, but there's nothing to support the pioneers here. So already here, Phoenix's little raid on the fuel point is going a bit sideways. Meanwhile, Clorora's moving up the eastern point. They're ready to seize the fuel point, expecting resistance, but there's none. Where's the Germans supposed to be? I thought there were Germans here. Maybe there's Dutch. No, not the Dutch. Please, not the Dutch. Anyways, he's going to flank around behind the section. He said, now he's going to counterattack into there. Already, I think, getting up here, perhaps even too easily there. And now the British are going to be here already dug in. So, arguably, Phoniex might just have made his opening a lot harder here by just, I think, conceding too quickly in the west and moving back towards the east. Now the English are already there. Yeah, that's a bit awkward there by Phoniex. A bit awkward, if I have to be perfectly honest. I mean, he can still pull off here, maybe in the west, but I certainly can't help but escape the feeling this has hit a few complications there. Third political rank to support in the south here versus Clororaa. Tech down there for Clororaa and the British Empire, the 11th Armoured Division, which is a fun fact, was the only British Armoured Division to actually operate the Cromwell tank. Pretty much every other British tank division operated Sherman tanks, if I remember correctly. Anyways, Pioneer's going straight for the second machine and trying to catch him, but he's just not working out in the west for Phoenix. He has to retreat. He also needs to grab the eastern fuel point here and some other points. He also needs to connect it up. Fourth Grenadier squad here. Phoenix committing to a very heavy tier 1 here to clash with the Englishmen. Meanwhile, there we got bolted section for Clororaa, and the British going to hit back hard with a lot of larger sections. Worth noting, though, by Normandy, the British were in fact suffering from significant manpower issues to the point they're actually basically disbanding regiments and brigades, like act as replacements for other units, plus pulling anyone they could from like any other potential posting that wasn't critical. So little fun fact there about the British. Tech almost done there for Phoenix though. Moving on the center, grabbing some points here. Machining force there for Phoenix once more. Bit of fierce fighting here in the west. Grenadiers versus section. Section is still on health that, well, the Grenadiers could win, but as the section have some significant heavy cover bonuses that they can become very difficult for one Grenadier squad to beat in one-on-one combat. Fresh troops heading out there for Clororaa. No commander yet for him. Of course, at this point, he's got no clue as to what Phoenix has gone for, unless, he's cheating, or for some reason Phoenix directly told him, haha, you English vanker, I've gone for Spearhead. So, I mean, obviously what Clororaa here is going to pick himself will be a counter response once he gets into this. What Phoniex is going for. This is going to be like, you know, special weapons are on. You need a section right in the section here, and the West needs to control with the section there. Cut flank around, he hit the car point that way, mess with the British fuel income. I don't think that'd be an entirely bad idea for Phoniex. Grenades up there. Bit of a combo there with both sections, and again they're going to be much tougher to deal with. They're also going to cause a much bigger impact up close, and then you add in the grenades. They can be quite nasty. Less common than just going for weapon racks, but again, both sections with grenades I think can be quite a strong assault combination. That said, obviously runs into a few snacks with the grenadiers. Half the German army decides to go after your sections individually. East side then up again here for Clororaa. Down to 4 men. They're also dropping significantly low in health rapidly, so they'll have to retreat. This also means the western fuel point is now here for Phoniex and the German army to advance upon. To do there for Phoniex, Clororaa could of course respond to this with an armoured car, though he hasn't even researched it. He could also hit with like anti-tank rifles or anti-tank guns. Plenty of options, and there we go. We do get special weapons, so that likely means tank hunter sections here. Grabbing the eastern fuel point there, digging in. Got the info to catch the section out there in the open for somebody that refuses to take cover. But Sergeant, the cover smells of something. Oh, don't be such a good lord, that does reek. What did the Germans do here? Hey, don't blame us. It was the Dutch. Anyways, Pioneers, they push back by the section. MG42 pushing eastward, so going for the center victory point. Armoured car moved there for Phoniex. Bunker, they almost upgraded for the medics. And we got the tank hunter section out there to allow Clororaa one way of dealing with the armoured car. Straight for the section here by the eastern field point, running in there to cause as much of a mess as possible. Clorora's tank hunter section, as you might notice, is a bit far away. It's going to take some time to get down there, though of course could get down there in time. Finding around the centre here, up north, finding for the cop on the fuel point there. Tank hunter section will deal with that. Apparently he doesn't even care about the armoured car enough. Even as the section down south is just screaming for assistance. Got a marina, pop a grenade, I think down the MG42, there you go. The old Mills bomb. Wipes the MG42 almost. Got it wiped here, but sadly can't do much with it because the Pioneers, the armoured car, and the Grenadiers very much makes a death sentence to try and grab the MG42. And even then, he might still get it wiped up because he was too slow to retreat there. Tank on his X-Marine going to stop the armoured car from pursuing, allowing poor, you know, Clarkson there to get away before it gets annihilated. Bit of skirmishing around the centre in tank handle section, trying to hold up the Germans, but they have been suppressed, and they're going to find. Oh, unsuppressed there now. Sappers for Clororaa. Western fuel being grabbed. I mean, right now, Clororaa does potentially soon have both fuel points under control, which would definitely be a problem there for Phoniex. Seems to be British in particular, very suited like fast tech here. Troops reinforcing. Could be planning a half tech maybe for some Vickers case. That could also be a good addition here for Clororaa. Maybe some Piets. So about that, maybe some Piets. Anyways, big push up west side here again. 3 on the escort being committed. We got 2 sections, though, 1 anti-tank though, 1 regular. Pack 40 there for Phoniex. I'm concerned about a British tank rush, but even like an armoured car could cause them quite a bit of grief. They does know an anti-tank gun. In the east section, force for Clororaa and the British Empire. Take that halfway done for Clororaa. Trenches being dug, hedges being cleared. Minesweepers also being equipped here. One thing I'm surprised Phoniex isn't doing is actually taking a deeper flank around here to like hit the fuel pump from an angle that Clororaa is not going to be expecting. Bit of a quick note there. More drainer being cleared up, more field to fire being opened up. It's going to make it harder for Phoniex to make it up there, obviously. But could arguably also do the same against Clororaa, so there's certainly an argument he may also want to be careful about not clearing too many hedges too quickly. Section routed. Western field being advanced from here now. Phoenix falling back here, allowing the British to advance steadily. Air recon's ready for Phoenix. Still no real indicators what he's picked. I mean, again, we know he's got a Spearhead, but I don't think he's so far shown anything from it yet. I mean, obviously, I haven't seen the mortar outfit. We haven't seen Panzer Tactician either. That's it. Spearhead is fairly, you know, picked amongst the commanders in German meta games, so it's not, I think, going to be too far off for Clororaa to assume his opponent has gone for it. We got another Grenadier squad having lost one. Thumbs up to Phoenix, though arguably some Panzer Grenadiers could be a nice addition. South, the armoured car defending field point air from the English once more. Clororaa is speeding towards either a fast Cromwell or Centaur, and Phoenix can't even start to attack. So, certainly a lot here going on here, and certainly some problems there for the Germans potentially. In particular, if Clororaa makes really good use of, say, a fast Centaur Cromwell, there could be some really big issues here for the German army, the 21st Panzer Division. So, of course, have to see whether or not that actually happens. Two sections moving down up north, advance there on the western victory points more. Clororaa strikes for the British Empire and the Commonwealth. Tech there for Phoenix finally happening. Armoured car moving towards the centre with the section there. Feel like he could be standing to apply more pressure on the right flank, but at the same time, by course focus on the centre, he can always reinforce the west side if he needs to. But I don't know. That's it. He's closing on some kind of tank here versus Phoenix, so I imagine things are about to get fairly heated for Phoenix soon. Vickers machine gun team left Clororaa. Obviously a very nice pick. They'll think it also gone for the officer for some extra assault here. I mean, again, he's got like a pretty assault focused formation, so there's officer to like further support that. I think could be a pretty good addition. But that set ahead machine gun team is always a good thing to have, so I don't think it's a remotely bad idea at all. In the centre there, Phoenix trying to probe here, obviously gets probed right back on his nose and sent packing. Push for the western field point here again, Grenadiers moving in to make the attempt, but we can see that British forces are being dispatched to block that up. On the east side here, Phoenix with a smaller force, looking to see some terrain here away from Clororaa. I think that's a nice idea, but with only just a pioneer squad, that's always going to fall a bit short here. Clororaa with a Cromwell being rushed out. And a Mills bomb the Grenadiers being forward captain section. Oh, that's a Grenadiers squad, not a D42 team. But obviously going for Cromwell is really good, but that set at the same time I think we have more shock impact right now versus Phoenix, because he's pretty much only got infantry and a single armoured car, and the Centaur's going to eat that for breakfast. In particular with the strafing fire ability, you could potentially really get some laps in the Phoenix. But again, if Clorora's not entirely sure as to where he is versus his opponent in terms of fuel and tech, obviously makes sense to go for the Cromwell first. But again, I'd argue there's a case you could have rushed out Centaur, and I think they get really done some heavy damage there to Phoenix.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
But that's it, the Cromwell's all going to do a nice amount of damage to us. It's not like it's a bad pick here. Then he's caught here, routed. The Vickers machine, of course, having none of that.
We're losing a capture point.
Yeah, run you back to Germania. It's Germany, Terrans. Oh, so it's Germania. No, you'd figure it would be called that, but no, it's Germany. Six-pounder gun there for Clororaa. Obviously concerned about enemy tanks, and obviously wants more assets than just a single tank to deal with them. Eastern points being seized by the Pioneers. Could consider like some mines here, S-mines, I think, good way to make it harder for the British to just run up and grab it.
Anti-tank gun and crew now ready for action.
Six-pounder gun out there. More pressure on the centre here from Phoenix. Only one Grenadier squad to be equipped with the light machine gun now. And another fresh push for the eastern field point here. Clororaa is once more on the warpath for the British Empire. And there we go. Found gun squad getting light machine gun. No support core yet. Light move up the west side here. And we can see the machine gun team there. That's being sent up north to defend there. Armored car push back. Needs a bit of trouble. They've got a middle bomb here. There we go. Jürgen there finds his face poked in by the grenades. High explosive force here. Section is the Pioneers. Grenadiers running up north in the center. Got the second 40 Western Point being seized. They're almost here by Clororaa, but not quite. Cromwell racing 40 Pioneers being pushed back here by the Cromwell Mark IV cruiser tank. South Grenadiers ripping apart the infantry section there. Forcing retreat here for Clororaa. And there you go, Panzerfaust on the British tank. Second one though fails to penetrate. That is some really rotten luck there for Phoniex.
The enemy is taking our territory.
Pushing forwards here, but yeah, there was not much Panzerfaust though. That second Panzerfaust, and there was there. Armoured car being pushed back, grabbing these in fuel point. West side Vickers, basically they grab the Western Munitions point. Once more Phoniex and the 21st Panzer Division being pushed back here by the 11th Armoured. Push up the center section quarterly, but the Grenadiers taking some light damage. But they're ultimately able to fall back in a good order here versus the German advancing troops. Cromwell was fixed up again back here. Still in the support core. I mean, at this point, he could have like a Panzer IV on the way already now, so there's arguably something a bit inefficient about Phoenix's build order here. I mean, it's also not impossible. You might be thinking already about a Tiger tank, but I think under current circumstances, trying to stall for a Tiger tank while the opponent's got a significant advantage over you is fairly questionable.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Not much going on here. Now we got the weapon racks unlocked. We got Bren guns on top of the mill bombs. Really, I think, solidifying Corps infantry has been fairly heavy infantry there with a mix of grenades and weapons there. They can really punch hard there against Phoenix's Grenadiers now. Finally got the support calls, so not an immediate Tiger Sword here from Phoenix. Thumbs up to that. That would have been, I think, very questionable. Good straight for Tiger Tank under current circumstances. Good shot from the Pack 40 punching through the Cromwell's frontal armor there. And we got hammer attacks for Clororaa. Meaning he's going to be pushing for a Comet next, possibly. Or a Crocodile. Although two could certainly give Phoenix problems, in particular if he decides to go straight for a Tiger Tank, he's going for some medium armor first. So far though, the 11th Armored Division keeps up the attack here against the Germans. The Pioneers are crumbling here as Clororaa and the British Empire unleash everything here. Phoenix thought in the trick of the 1st Panzer Grenadier Company knowing to deal with the advancing Englishmen. Tank Hunter section I think needs to relocate before, well, they get relocated to hell. Which is exactly what happened there. Minor blow at this stage of the game, obviously it's not going to be so hurt now by lacking, you know, a pair of anti-tank rifles, but it's still a loss for an infantry section, which could provide them, of course, grenades and just a maneuver element. So it does suck, but it's not as bad as, say, losing, you know, one of his regular sections with a bunch of Bren guns. That'd be, I think, a lot more painful. Section caught on the flank by the infantry too. They're being ripped apart. They're fairly point-blank ranges, but the Cromwell here comes racing in there, crashing the terrain too, but only met Pack 40 there. Need to fix it up, and I think crucially needs to fix it up a bit further away from the German guns. That was definitely way too close, and quite frankly still is too close here. Like, he needs to pull all the way back to the base. He got very lucky that Panther 4 shot bounces off the Cromwell's armor, accidentally off here. Suddenly, Phoenix might have made a mistake himself that pushes Panther 4 too far. He's active risk of losing the Panther 4 here, and then doesn't get rid of the Cromwell lead because Clororaa, of course, is going to try and take out the Panther 4. There's a good chance it's going to be GG. There we go. Did lose a section in the process. He might even lose 2, but even then getting rid of the Panther 4 as easily as he did, there is a significant win there for Clororaa because they didn't lose his Cromwell. I mean, he's going to have the tank advantage. In fact, I mean, he could just go for another Cromwell in the centre and I think just beat up Phoenix, but again, it's like the other Comet here, Crocodile, and even that, I mean, this is going to be pretty good for Clororaa versus Phoenix. So Phoenix definitely needs to do some heavy lifting now. Needs to, like, you know, hit the fuel points much harder. Needs to, like, make some gains in this regard. At least getting rid of the section that's going to help him briefly with that goal. So not all bad for Phoenix. Not all bad, but they are definitely issues. Pony some sandbags in the centre there. Cromwell being fixed up. Their sappers hard at work fixing up the British Cromwell tank.
Our capture point. They're trying to take it.
Second pack 40 ready. Could indicate he might be trying to hold for the target tank from here, or, you know, the fact he's, you know, got no tanks and he's going to help him even more tanks. Other option would have gone for Panzer because his squad equipped that with Panzer strikes, but most players are never going to do that. You could also go on for Stu, but, you know, again, most players won't go for Stu's. Could advance up the eastern side here for Deutschland, wrecking the trenches for the Pack 40. Crom there, almost good to go. 6-pounder gun there opening the sandbags, except it's its own sandbags. Well, the British Army sandbags. Clororaa meanwhile very close to the Comet, or fairly close to the Crocodiles. Again, we'll have to see which of these two picks does he make. There's definitely an argument to make for both of them, but I think the Crocodile here with, you know, its massive flamethrower and just thick hide is going to be great versus opponent with 2-pack 40s and not much else. On the other hand, going for the Comet is also pretty good, but also I'm saying go for a second Comet fairly fast. So strategically, there's certainly an argument to make for just going for Comets here. But we'll have to see. Panzer 4 for Phoenix, so no target stall here, thumbs up. We do get a Comet here for Clororaa. Obviously, I think a fairly solid choice. Pretty good premium medium tank. We can also see Clorora's definitely lost some ground here now. Partly again, just having less infantry on his opponent really plays a role there. But he's also clearly just looking to, like, you know, buy time for the Comet, which also then gives Phoenix more room to operate. So that's always something you have to be mindful about, getting too passive against your opponent. Smoking and blood all over the place here. Lots and lots of smoke. But now the Comet is almost done for Clororaa. And he's creeping up the western fuel point there. Again, I feel like you really should consider a longer path there. More sappers for Clororaa to assist with armor repairs. Very sensible there.
There's a Comet tank ready.
Very sensible. Nice rifle in there, and almost cut the machine gun wiped.
Heavy machine gun crew killed.
From going for the armor car on the east. There we go. Comet out. Panzerfaster blows out the engine of the Cromwell tank, and they're causing the driver to swear very loudly there. Meanwhile, Comet's going straight for the gun easy, finding some with the gun here at Lieutenant Gun easy. Definitely a significant threat here to Phoenix's infantry and future armor there. Do have the Panzer 4 up, but the Panzer 4 is not exactly in a great matchup versus the Comet tank, which has just more armor, more damage, not more damage, more penetration, better range, more health. So, definitely going to get a bit tough here, I think, for Phoenix for now, depending, though, of course, if Clororaa mishandles his armor, there might be time. In fact, we got Phoenix here going for a third Pack 40 here, establishing a small Pack frontier to try and deal with the Allied armored assault. That could certainly create some challenges for Clororaa, but I think on a map like this, just play smart, you can probably play around it. Since it's not a map with what you call a lot of choke points, it's much harder to, like, just create a kill some of the packs. And there's more room to, like, say, outmaneuver the pack position. So, depending on, you know, what Phoenix starts with the packs, there's, I think, a good shot for Clororaa to, like, still counter them with relative ease. Going in pretty hard with the Pen 4, that was highly risky. And there you go, clearing up more fields of fire, more shrubberies exploding, more squirrels rendered homeless. 1 kill on the Comet.
Tank ready and waiting.
Cromwell with Veteran 10 kills.
Where do you want this Comet?
Coming up the western side, gun is coming up here. Comet shoots. Can just one get back here. Nice shot, killing 2 Gunneer squads with a single similar shot. Minor blow to Phoenix and the 21st Panzer Division. Then is there. Schnell Otto's a Panzerfaust. I'm trying, you know, we keep pairing some of these old other crap. There we go, Panzerfaust. Damned in the end of the Cromwell there. Clororaa is really flowing a lot of manpower. I feel like he should replace his infantry losses at the very least. He could also consider mortar replacement, but I definitely think he should replace the lost infantry here. Like, he needs more troops, like, I think, really sustain an attack here against Phoenix, and I think attain better map control once more. But a mortar replacement could also provide him with a source of artillery to, like, help deal with Phoenix's static defense, or at least more dark end defenses. 6-pounder gun number 2 for Clororaa. Good shot from the Comet there, punches easily through the Pantherfall's rear armour.
Comet crew, awaiting new orders.
Moving straight towards the centre now, right into the pack sword here. First shot bounces. Second shot, though, pierces the Comet's frontal armour. No mercy then. On the west side, we got section with the Gundees, light machine gun versus light machine gun. Second 6-pounder gun there, down for Clororaa and the British Empire. Rival grenades being unleashed here, but the section has already managed to dodge it. And now the gun is definitely in an exposed position. We got machine gun. Oh, it's a Vickers actually too. That he actually grabbed that from Clororaa. Getting flanked though. East side, you can see the Phoenix making good progress as Clororaa once more concedes ground. I'd say fairly too quickly, I think, versus Phoenix here. On top she's playing west side, though things are going fairly well. We got Vickers though. It's not even retreating, it's just tactically pulling back here. And Clororaa effectively out that time. So that was, I think, less astoundingly well in the center. We got Pioneers pushing 40, looking for mines. I suppose Englishmen to kill on the east side. We got the Crom there still fighting, pushing back the Gundees here. 11 of 13 kills actually. Virtually 2. Comet there with 3 kills, closing in the veterans one as schnell as possible. Or as swiftly as possible, obviously, seeing as it's a British.
We're losing a capture point.
Sniper there for Clororaa. I think at this stage of the game, the sniper is sort of so in terms of decision making there. Like, again, I think she's just gone for like more section, maybe an assault officer again, rather than going for a sniper here. I feel like there's, in this regard, many choices Clororaa can make, and the sniper, while not terrible, I don't think it's optimal here. As for Phoenix, we got T4 on the way there, so likely he's going to try and hold up for the target tank now. Here as the English, we got 197 to 218. Victory points wise, it's fairly close here between the two commanders. Comet deploying smoke there, thumbs up. And the east, we got south as the Gundeers.
Enemy causing trouble, trying to take one of our points.
Sabres there being ripped apart, got the Comet rushing in here. Ball pack fire there, bounces off the Comet's armour there. Mostly Comet going for the Gundeers here.
We have 200 points now.
Comet there, pretty much like just keeps getting either missed or the shots bounce off the armour. The packs end up doing next to damage. That was pretty lucky there for Clororaa and the British Empire. Crom rushing in there, engaging here. Got the packs around to deal with the Crom. Well, doing a 10 attempt. There you go. Gets knocked out. Clororaa too slow here, and also I think he's underestimated Phoenix a bit though. I also imagine I think he wasn't quite aware this opponent had 3 anti-tank guns. Second Comet away for Clororaa. That's going to be a lot of British premium medium armour. And again, Phoenix is going to be going for the Tiger up north. On his pushback, Comet racing away here from the German Panzerwaffe and the anti-tank guns. Less fortunate, it looks like for Phoenix, his tank is reversing towards the Comet. That is definitely a bit risky. Second Comet though, 1/3 of the way down. His 6-pounder guns moving up. Their Panzer was going to be line of fire. Comet turning around here to face the German Panzer and anti-tank gun misses. Pack setting up here in the centre there. German infantry going back to the sappers. East side could be wide enough for a push with Clororaa if only he had the infantry, which remains an issue there for Clororaa. He doesn't. Second Comet almost done there for Clororaa. 6-pounder gun here shooting right through the Panther Horse side on. We got the section of the gun DC. Second shot goes through these as well. And we got the Comet out here for Clororaa, so that is 2 Comets here for him versus 1 Panther 4. Though with the Tiger soon on the way, they'll be talking roughly a minute here for Phoenix considering the current map control stage as is. We'll be able to call that in a minute, at which point Clororaa is going to have to face off against that. Snarber there with 3 kills for the British Empire. Section of the gun is in the west.
Enemy threatening a capture point.
Smoke deployed here. Nice deployment there by Clororaa, also fairly consistent. Thumbs up. Dropped a light machine gun here. And he's lost the gun to squad 2. Almost got the sniper there, but Sniper got fairly lucky of what it's that. See a grenade here on the gun. He's got this Comet there bombarding through the smoke here, making a mess of things here for Phoenix. But Phoenix could possibly make things a mess out of Clororaa soon with that Tiger tank. Machine up just to form up the kill zone in the center here. That's going to make it very difficult for Clororaa to get any of his infantry through, honestly. Sabswing up and grab that MG42, I imagine. Yup. And Phoenix is momentarily from the Tiger tank. He has to fuel, he has to command points, he has to tech. He just needs the manpower now. And he can summon in from nearby 130 or 530. We have Hunt up Tylon. From there, blasting away for the MG42 team. Then he's almost wiped out here by the section. Close call, and finally, Tiger tank for Phoenix and for Deutschland coming push back here as Phoenix puts up a fierce anti-tank front. There we go. Tiger tank out for Phoenix and for Deutschland. Pushing for the eastern field when we got the Panther moving forwards. In the center of the machine gun force very slowly, getting sniped here by the sniper, who then gets met with a face full of Vickers fire. 6-pounder gun gets ready off from the Panther 4 here. Flanking the Vickers. Panther 4 they're down to half health. Packs bombarding away here around the center and the east. We got the Comet moving forward, taking straight for the Tiger tank here. Realised it's probably better to focus on the Panther 4 first before the Tiger tank, but it's going to need support here, or the Tiger tank could get a lot of free shots, but there you go. Nice use of emergency wall speed at least. Got the Panther 4 here. 6-pounder gun moving up, section in trouble as well here. It looks like he's able to get away here with this dashing raid against Phoenix. There you go, fragmentation bombs. He gets what looks to be the 6-pounder gun here. Oh, got the 6-pounder gun crew. Didn't wipe the section. Close call there for Clororaa. Triple anti-tank is going for the Comet here. East side, Comet falling back. Tiger tank running forwards here like a steel behemoth against Clorora's positions, wrecking anti-tank guns and whatnot. Tiger tank there, down to 2/3 of his health total, or half health total now. Grab the 6-pounder gun here right in front of Phoenix. That's it, it's right in front of the Tiger tank, so there you go. Crew exterminated with extreme prejudice here. We got 189, 121, we got the coming up eastern side. The note, it is heavily damaged. In fact, both of Clorora's tanks are fairly heavily damaged here. Probably should get those repaired soon as a priority here, rather than risking them like this. The clear's looking like it'll pick off a few easy targets here. Battle continues hanging in the balance, but in some regards, Big 2 punch whites is in the favour of Phoenix, but for Clororaa it might be in other ways. There we go though, lost Comet here. Phoenix punished Clororaa there, focusing on this heavily damaged Comet. Thumbs up to Phoenix, definitely a bit of a thumbs down there for Clororaa. I was, I think, not worth it at all there, and probably shouldn't have been done in the first place. A great killer for Phoenix, and I think this could actually cement the match more now in Phoenix favour. He's got the big 2-point lead, tank-wise again. He might be able to quick fill up here with the Stu to assist his Tiger tank. And of course, he does have 3 pack 40s. So, the situation of Clororaa just got made a lot more complicated. Takes up the Tiger tank. MG4 to the section, bring up the other side as well. Tiger tank very close to 1 here, but yeah, I think Clororaa needs to come up with a really, really like amazing attack right now. Attack here versus Phoniex to have a chance. I think it's safe to say his current tactical approach here is not going to work with the current forces he's got left here versus Phoniex. So there needs to be a significant tactical shift here for Clororaa, and so far though, it does not look like it's happening. Going to charge straight at the section here. West out there coming probably with a pack 40 pack for as well. It damned in the engine. Down to very little health into that 1/3 health total there. More kills hit from the sniper. Almost got the Grenadier squad here on the east side. We've got further fighting. Continue Grenadiers almost right up with the section. Vicious and ruthless fighting. Fixing up the Comet. Looks like Clororaa is in fact playing for another Comet, despite everything here. Bold, but also say fairly risky and could cost him the match here because again Phoniex is not slowing down here himself either. We got 189 to 77. Almost got the section on the west side, trying to push for the fuel pump, but there you go. Clororaa puts the big old foot of the British Empire down and goes, no.
A capture point is being overrun.
Tiger tanking some neat repairs, but not critical either. We got the victory point still bleeding out here. Clororaa making a move for the normal one. We got the Vickers here that ready to stall a British assault into where it's pop to take game ability. But there you go, heavy loss in half the machine crew already gone. We got the covering in as well here. Got the sniper though with the Vickers. Nice kill there for Phoniex. I think definitely further deflates Clorora's British Empire balloon. Coming racing forward here, right at the Grenadiers, pack forwards moving up as well here. Down to half 50 with the Comet. Third pack forming up as well here, looking pretty bad for Clororaa. He pretty much staked everything in Northern Point, but did something in a manner that just allowed Phoniex the most time to react. We got a Gammon Bomb off here, but the Grenadiers are already bypassing it, meaning it's just a waste of munitions. We got 189 versus 41 at this point. This stance looks, I think, fairly game over here. The odds, I think, of Clororaa winning this now are very, very minute, and are pretty much, I think, heavily reliant on like just divine intervention. Second comment there for Clororaa, but obviously at this point it's going to be too little too late. Casualties are piling up at an increasingly high rate here. There we go, he's lost all of his anti-tank guns, he's got an infantry left, he's got a heavily damaged Comet left. There is another one on the way, but by the time it arrives, I think this match is going to be lost anyway. So there we go, I think Clorora's realised it, gives up. GG, game over. A victory for Deutschland, a loss for the British Empire. Really nice action in the early mid-game, but so late game again, I feel like Clororaa made a few missteps. Tactically, I think he played too much into Phoenix's hands. Didn't rely enough on maneuver and like firepower, I think, to like really get in those burst damage hits there versus Phoenix. Also laid down some mines. I think there's plenty of things Clororaa could have done there, but just ultimately failed to do. Phoenix, I think, played a fairly solid game as well. Good, fuel control in that sense as well himself, and sort of slowly, I think, turned the game around there. So, hope you enjoyed this match. I learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it. Tell a friend, tell a family, but don't challenge me. This is Imperial Lynch. Cheers. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you all tomorrow again for another episode. Bye.